If you're thinking of doing survey research, and if you're in my class, the word think is irrelevant. You will be doing a survey research project. It might be helpful to understand exactly what a survey is. A dictionary will define a survey as something like a general view, examination, or description of someone or something. And that's essentially what you will be doing when you are conducting a survey research project. You are examining and describing something, usually people's knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors. What a survey is and what it is not should become clearer as we focus on the features, benefits, and drawbacks of this type of research project. We'll start with the three basic characteristics that most surveys meet: the features, which are all about getting information directly from the people. That information is gathered by asking people questions. You can get the answers to these questions by having someone else, an interviewer, ask the questions and then record the answers, like in a phone survey or a face-to-face intercept survey. Or you can have people read or hear the questions and record their own responses, like an internet-based survey or a handout questionnaire. A key point is the concept of sampling. Rather than asking everyone the questions, you ask a smaller number of people the questions, a sample. If you were to gather information from everyone, then it would be a census, not a sample. Why do we do survey research, rather than trying to get data another way or trying to get information from everyone? While there are lots of benefits, we'll discuss the top three, the first being versatility. Survey research can be designed to study virtually any social issue. Now, that doesn't mean it's always easy to do. Getting the right people and asking the right questions, we'll get to that in our discussion of the drawbacks. But you'll likely be amazed at what a good survey can cover. And a survey can help us learn about individuals and organizations as well as concepts. A second benefit is efficiency. By collecting data from a sample rather than from everyone, you benefit from a shorter timeline and less cost. And, assuming the sample is representative, you can generalize the answers from your sample to a larger population. By representative, we mean that the people you are getting your information from are similar to those you want to draw conclusions from, like the sample has the same demographic and psychographic characteristics, and so on. This allows you to extrapolate the survey results from a sample to the larger population without having to ask every person in the larger population. But nothing is perfect, and surveys do not produce perfect research, which leads us to the drawbacks of conducting research via a survey method. As was the case for our discussion of the benefits, we'll limit our discussion here to three major drawbacks, even though there are definitely more. The first drawback relates to the answers you may receive. They may not be accurate for several reasons. If you've ever heard the term GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, you'll know that if your questions aren't designed properly, you won't get accurate responses. And even if respondents understand what you are asking, they may interpret the questions differently or may be less than candid in their responses. Some questions may create the problem of social desirability, the concept that people want to be seen in a positive light, even by complete strangers. For example, if you ask students if they've ever cheated on an exam or assignment, the likelihood is that they will say no, because who wants to admit that they did? And that doesn't even take into account that some people are dishonest or want to intentionally mess up a survey. But even if the questionnaire or the answers are not the problem, the respondents themselves could be. You'll recall that one of the benefits of surveys relates to representativeness. That's one of the drawbacks as well. If you can't get a hold of the right people, those who represent the population you want to generalize to, then the survey results may be inaccurate. That could be related to: do you have the right proportion of males to females, political party registration, ethnicity, education level, income level, and so on. Might you run into trouble due to language barriers? And even if you can get representativeness in demographics or psychographics, you may have an issue with response rate. Are the people who refuse to answer a survey or aren't available different from those who do answer a survey? The last drawback we'll discuss relates to flexibility, or more specifically, the lack of flexibility: rigidity. Questions have to be posed the same way for every respondent. The procedure you are following has to be the same throughout the survey. That makes it difficult to make midterm corrections. Understanding the features of a survey should give you a better idea of what it is, and as you now know both the benefits and the drawbacks of a survey, You can add survey research to your toolkit as a way to gather information to inform decisions. The next step is to learn how to conduct a survey research project. But that's a topic for another video.